All right, we're recording. Good evening, ladies. Welcome to our first February webinar. I'm super excited to kick off this short but sweet month. Before we start tonight, I'm going to just jump in with some announcements. So you probably already know Challenge Pack sales for the month, 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme are $140. So that's extended. 21 Day Fix has been on sale for like 3 months in a row now. So it's pretty awesome because that's super popular. Honestly, I'm like, why don't they just make it $140 now? But whatever. So it's $140. That's a great price. Size is also on sale for $140. And if you haven't seen there's a YouTube video. I know Michelle Myers posted it on Team Iron. I'm going to get a hold of it. I'm going to post it up to our page too. But it's a really relatable, like, on the real, Beachbody tends to do more like infomercial-esque pitches whenever they're talking about a program. And so I tend not to like to show those off to people unless like they're trying to decide on a program. I'll send them the YouTube link for like what 21 Day Fix is and maybe what size is, and then they can compare the two links. But they tend to be a little bit salesy in terms of like that infomercial, like I'm about to be scammed kind of thing. And Beachbody's getting wise to that they don't have to do that. They're not a company that has to do this. Even though they do the like late night infomercials, they don't have to, they can make their commercials more relatable. So they're really getting great with that marketing. So there's a good size one going on right now that I'm going to post, but post that to your page because it is super relatable. And it talks about the whole idea of the support aspect of fitness, nutrition, and support. And when you put those three things together with a workout program, a Shakeology monthly order, and the support you get from a Beachbody coach, what does that really do for somebody? It starts to do magical things. And that's why the Beachbody coach was created in the first place, was because we do offer that support and accountability that if somebody just purchased a workout program or a gym membership on their own and just tried to go at it by themselves, that's why they oftentimes fail. So it's the three things that like make coaching so amazing for people. So those are the challenge packs that are on sale. Now you can do both of those, the 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, and the size as kickstarts. It's $180. What a kickstart is, it's the challenge pack, so the Shakeology and the workout program, but you also get the 3-day refresh to kickstart your workout and your health kick, whatever that is for you. So for $40 more, you get the 3-day refresh to kind of do like a little detox kind of thing before you begin your program. Also, 3-day refresh challenge pack. So the 3-day refresh plus Shakeology is on sale for $140. So that's another incentive, guys, especially with Team Cup right now. If you have somebody that's just interested in Shakeology, really push them on the 3-day refresh, because for $10 more, they can do a detox cleanse of their body. Even if they're not doing a fitness routine and they just want Shakeology, that's 2 Success Club points for you, as opposed to if you just have somebody buy Shakeology Home Direct, that's only going to be 1. So for $10 more, they get a 3-day refresh and you get 2 Success Club points. And since we are in Team Cup month, that's just something pretty awesome. You get an extra point just for, kind of selling them on the detox. And it's great. I have a blog article on the 3-day refresh if you're not familiar with it. So if you go over to Run to Your Happy Place and just look up in the search bar 3-day refresh, you can kind of check out how I did it and how I felt during it. It's really great because you don't starve yourself. It's not the kind of like detox/cleanse where you're going to punch somebody in the jaw because you're so hungry. You do eat a lot of food during it, but it's all like natural whole foods. I happened to get my wisdom tooth taken out like when I'd started it. So my experience wasn't as great as maybe it could have been because I was hangry just because I couldn't eat because of the wisdom tooth anyway. So my story is a little different, but if you want to get an idea of what it's about, just head over there and you can read that blog article. Okay, Success Club prizes for Beachbody, they're Team Cup prizes this month. So if you're not on a Team Cup, unfortunately, there's no incentive other than helping people be healthier and happier to earn Success Club points. If you're on a Team Cup, then there's total incentive there. Behind me on my handy dandy little whiteboard, I have my point tracker for my team, and I, as you can see, don't have any points. But if you're on my Beachbody Team Cup team, I encourage you to print this out, put it in a place where you can see it every day so that it's in front of your face. Set your goals, post your goals to the team page that we've got so that we can create our team goal all together in the next couple days here. And then as you start getting Success Club points, you can start coloring in your little circles. Mine is super sad and black and white right now, and I'm hoping to make it colorful soon. So that's that for Success Club prizes and just kind of what that is for this month. For me, for Team Our Victory, for what I want to offer for you guys, I want to offer an additional incentive for the month. So if you hit Success Club 5 this month, that's 2 challenge packs on Shakeology or 3 challenge packs. I'm going to throw in The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. It is a really great book, just talking about what the little things you do every day and how they make a difference in your life, how they compound over time. I love Darren Hardy. He is like a mentor from afar. I've never met him before and I wish I could. But he spoke at Coach Summit 2 years ago. He's somebody that I listen to on a daily. He actually has a series called Darren Dailies. So if you subscribe to that, you get like daily motivation sent to your inbox. But he wrote The Compound Effect, and it is like to a T exactly what we need to know in network marketing in terms of how to just compound your work over time, because it does take time. On to Success Club 10. You'll still get the compound effect. I will also gift that to you. And Blogilates has, I don't know if you guys have ever like followed Blogilates, or if you, she's this cute like little Asian woman that does everything. I don't know. But she's got her whole little line of like clothing and stuff like that too. And she has these water bottles that are super cool. On the water bottle, they're like Nalgene bottles, just like the screw cap, whatever. But on them, they have lines for like each hour. So like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So you have like goals like, ooh, each hour I want to get to the next line. They're super cute. And I totally want to gift one to you for hitting Success Club 10. They have tons of different like fun motivational quotes. So I will let you pick out which one you love and get that mailed over to you. So that's Success Club 10. Additionally, additional announcements. That's it for like Beachbody kinds of things. But in terms of Team Our Victory, make sure that you check out the February calendar that I posted. It does have, it's a reminder of our webinar dates. It's a reminder of like Team Cup starting. I do have a coach apprenticeship program that I'm going to start that is for brand new coaches. I am going to be, let me look at my calendar really quick. Yeah. February 18th, mark your calendar, because February 18th, I'm going to do a coach opportunity call. So not next Thursday together, but 2 weeks from now, I'm going to present the business. So if you have anybody that you think would be an awesome coach for our team, or anybody that just maybe loves their Shakeology or is really into fitness or just kind of wants that discount on our products, even if they're on the fence right now about actually maybe working the business, but maybe they'd be a rockstar discount coach. Guys, and for real, like, this is our team call, and I know my mom is probably going to watch this like tomorrow, because that's just how she is. Like, she misses me from afar, so she'll watch the webinars like just to pretend like she's with me. Hey mom, shout out. So she's not on right now, but I know she's going to watch this, and she's a coach on Team Our Victory. My mom is a coach on Team Our Victory. So that just shows you she doesn't work the business. She just simply enjoys her Shakeology and likes the discount on it. So just start opening your mind into who could be a coach. But in 2 weeks from now, I'm going to present that business to whomever you invite on that call, whomever I invite on the call as well. And so you'll get that opportunity. That being said, the coach apprenticeship program is going to start the 29th. So after that call on the 18th, there's basically a week and a half. And on that Monday, the 29th, we'll plug in all those brand new coaches that from the 18th through the next week, like kind of made up their mind and decided to sign up. We'll plug them into that coach training. It's basically a training program that I take 2 weeks. I put them in a small Facebook group. We just train them for 2 weeks on the ins and outs of the business. I haven't run one in a little bit, and so I'm excited and anxious to get back into running that. Anybody also who needs a refresher on some of the coach basics in our business, totally welcome to join the apprentice program too. Cool. So that's that for February calendar. So just check it out. Those dates are on the February calendar in Team Our Victory. There's also lots of helpful tips month long to kind of just drive your business forward. I also posted in Team Our Victory a social media spark document, as well as a calendar. The calendar is super pretty. It's like floral, and I love it. And that all did not come from me. I cannot take the credit for it. It came from Team Iron. But guys, that's the beauty about this this business. And I'm going to be talking about game changers tonight, but this isn't even really one of the game changers, but I'm just going to tell you this is smart. If you're running this business, it's all about duplication. So what I pour into you isn't necessarily things that I've like made up, right? And I like just started it from scratch and pulled it out of nowhere. No, I'm looking at successful coaches in our business and successful coaches in our upline, and what have they done, and how can I take it and use it for my good, right? Not take it and steal it. Absolutely not. We never want to just take people's things and steal them and not give credit where credit's due for their hard work. Absolutely not, because it does take a lot of manpower and work to run this business at a high level. But guys, I will give you the shirt off my back. I will give you whatever resources you need that I've created, because I expect you to do that for your coaches in the future too, to pour into them and down the line, so on, so on. So anyway, Michelle Myers created this social media spark. Basically, it's just daily ideas and tips. My advice to you would be, there's the cute little calendar, and that's super fun and pretty. And I love it. And that would be maybe a great like desktop background right now, like a wallpaper. But there's also a printout that you can print that has a little more detail. And I would just go through and every day pick one of them. For example, the one that's for today might not be relevant to your life today. Maybe it's a recipe and maybe you didn't cook today because that's just not what went down in your day. So maybe that's not a great one to post, but find one that's on there. Once you post it, just squiggle it out, cross it out, and make sure that in the month of February that you attack all of them. That's going to help you on those days where you're like scratching your head, like, what should I talk about today? I don't know what to post about. You've got 29 ideas right in front of you. So awesome resource. Check it out if you haven't seen it. The other and last announcement / resource that I'm going to point out to you is this kind of document that I put up in Team Our Victory. This one says Team Builder Tracker because that is the path that I'm on. I'm a team builder. But the one I posted in Team Our Victory is the Business Starter Tracker. Okay, so you'll find the Business Starter. Now, if you feel compelled, like, you know what, Brittany, I'm past Business Starter. I want to be on the Team Builder. More power to you. I'm actually going to be putting all of them in Team Our Victory soon. But this one you can find also in Team Iron. This is where I found them. Michelle Myers, again, created these for us. The Business Starter one is amazing. I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit sneak peek inside. So like there's monthly goal setting sheets. If you can kind of see this, you get a brain dump place, main focus for the month. You can talk about things that must happen in the month, what your big goal is, other goals. Then there's just like to-dos. So celebrate your previous month success. So I'm going to get in my team page and I'm going to shout out anybody who had success in January. Recognize your personally sponsored and downline coaches' success. Checking in with your sponsor coach on upline, setting goals with them, reviewing your team calendar. So just tasks that you're like, I need to make sure I do that in the month. Well, then there's weekly ones. And then there's my favorite, which is the daily. So let me pull, this is a mess. I'm like seriously going to go get this bound better at Staples because I can't deal with this right now. And if my pages get bent, I'll be like really upset. So I need to go to Staples and get this done. But this is the daily one. And you can see there's morning tasks, day and night. And guys, like Beachbody isn't the only thing I do all day. So like the other day I had to do laundry. So I put that in the morning because that was like, I had to get that done in the morning. And like at night I was working yesterday. So I put that I was working, you know, so I fill it in, not necessarily just for Beachbody, but for my life too. Even a spot today I am grateful for. This is one of my favorite parts right there. I don't know if you can see it, but the Fit Boss tracker, you could track how much water. Did you drink your Shakeology today? Did you do your workout today? Did you read your personal development? How much water did you drink? Did you have some me time? Guys, these are important for your success. And we'll get to that also when we talk about the game changers. But I love that this is on here because it's not just about, did I post on Facebook 7 times today? No. Did I drink my Shakeology? My proof that the product works? Am I even using the products that I'm trying to sell to other people? And then just lots of positive living things, being proud of yourself, things that you're inspired by, tomorrow things that you want to accomplish that maybe you didn't get to today, and then tracking stuff along the way. So if you haven't checked it out, guys, I really encourage you, get into Team Our Victory. This one I did post in there for you. It is the Business Starter Tracker because that's where most of our team needs to begin. I would say once you get to Emerald level or above, then you can start working on Team Builder, right? Because at that point you now are building a team and a downline. But prior to that, I would start with the Business Starter and just do those basic things. But amazing, like, and the fact that it's so pretty, like, I love it. It's pretty. It's gold. So yes. All right. That's it for my announcements. That was like an hour's worth of announcements, but since it's the first one of the month, that's kind of what it is. So tonight we're talking about game changers. It's Super Bowl. Super Bowl's here in San Jose. Guys, San Jose is already like stupid busy with traffic. Like I'm seriously going to hide in my house for like 48 hours. Honestly, I'm really nervous. But the Super Bowl's here, and the president of the freaking Denver Broncos, CEO, like I helped him out the other day at Orange Theory. He came in and I thought he was homeless. I thought he was just like, I don't know who I thought he was. I thought he was this guy that, you know, I thought he was just some guy that maybe was like a fan and just in town for the Super Bowl. He was wearing a hoodie that said Denver Broncos. And he was like running up because he was late. He was really late for class. His name wasn't even on my roster. He had a garbage bag for his gym bag instead of a duffel bag. I mean, I straight up profiled this guy, and I feel so terrible because it's like one of those things like, wow, I just like put somebody of high importance, you know, in this industry or in that industry. I just put them like way down, profiling based on, you know, just that moment. But it's funny because the CEO/president of the Denver Broncos, what was one of the first things he raced to go do when he got to town for the Super Bowl? Workout. He worked out. And that is like, it's so funny because I got to talking with other people about it, and like they're shocked and they're like, oh, you know, like let's bother him for pictures and this and that. And I'm like, guys, he just wants to like take time for himself. And so that's one of the best parts about this business is that you get that opportunity pretty much every day to work out, to take time for yourself. And if you notice, most successful people, most people who are at the top, that's something they put as a priority. So just some fun, you know, side note that the president of the Denver Broncos /CEO made his workouts happen all week. And I also treated him like a homeless guy. So way to go, Britt. But anyway, game changers. We're talking about game changers because there are certain things in this business that I feel like if you're truly doing them, it's going to change what you're doing. Now, I don't necessarily mean that tomorrow, all of a sudden your business is going to be $1 million business. Absolutely not. But what I am getting at is that these things that are game changers that I've done over time seriously have brought me to where I am today. So one of the things that I want you to first think about is this equation, okay? Consistency in what you're doing, whatever consistency that you're doing, plus duration, so time, consistency plus duration equals an impact. Now, you can take that in whatever way you want to take that, but think about it like we can think about it in a negative way. If I'm consistently eating hamburgers for a duration of 30 days, that's going to have an impact on my health. If I'm consistently skipping my workout for a year span of time, that will have a duration on my health. If I consistently decide not to post on Facebook for a week, that's going to have an impact on my business, right? So consistency can be negative, the impact can be negative, but we also can have the reverse of that. We can have our impact be really, really positive. So consistency of my posts over a long period of time might have an amazing impact on people that are following me. The consistency of my workouts over a period of a month, if I stay on target with that calendar, the consistency in that time period, I'm going to all of a sudden look at my body and see results, right? So there is the positive side of this equation, and you could absolutely use this equation and get a negative impact. So we want to work obviously on the positive side of the impact, but that's been a game changer. This equation single-handedly, that's why I'm putting this first, has been a game changer in my business. And I've had periods where I've not been consistent in my business, where I was kind of wishy-washy and I'd be here and I'd be there. And I didn't really have much of an impact. Yeah, I still had my following and yeah, like, you know, things were okay. But it wasn't until I got truly consistent about a lot of things. Not only was I consistent about posting, but I was consistent about sharing what I'm doing in terms of, I wasn't just posting daily, but I was posting about the workout programs that I'm doing, maybe the results I'm getting from the workout, posting about my shakes, posting recipes, posting about the coaching opportunity and what it's doing for me. As we prep for the coach opportunity call in 2 weeks, it's important that you start kind of threading that into your posts about the importance of being a coach and what it's doing for you in your life and why the heck would anybody want to do this job. And if you start planting that seed, then it can blossom from there. But you've got to be consistent about your posts, and consistent plus the duration. So when I talk about duration, guys, I'm not saying, it's the same thing as with our workouts. Well, I worked out for 3 days in a row. How come I'm not skinny yet? Well, it takes a little more than 3 days, right? And we know that. So it's the same thing with our business. It's going to take time. And I'm here 2+ years into my business, and I feel very comfortable with what I do in my business. I know there's tons of room to grow in my business, and I'm excited about that. But it's taken time. It has taken 2+ years to get to a place where I'm at. Okay, so that equation, game changer. You've got to stay consistent over a period of time to have any sort of impact. Next game changer for me in this business was having a plan of attack. This little monkey right here that I was showing you, plan of attack. If you're not in love with this document, that's okay. But make a different document. Find one. I have done everything from planners, just like my calendar planner, like this kind of a thing, like calendar with like days like this, right? And then I can write in my days and write notes. I've done everything from something like this to having a binder with a bunch of things that I printed out, and I would like schedule out every little portion of my day, to something like this, that now I'm trying this because this kind of seems a little more user-friendly for the business right now. I've tried everything. I have a desk calendar right here that I put like major events on, like start dates of challenge groups, as well as, webinars. And if I have calls with my coaches or calls with potential clients, things like that, all that stuff goes on here so that I stay organized and I have a plan of attack. Okay. You've got to know where you're going. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was talking about morning routines and just how powerful they are to us. And it's so funny because, and I'm going to be the first to like admit this to you, I have a problem with grabbing my phone in the morning when my alarm goes off, because my alarm is my phone. So my alarm will go off and I'll grab my phone to turn the alarm off. And then I will now lay in bed and I will scroll Facebook mindlessly. Yep. Samantha's nodding. Yep. I'll scroll Facebook for 15 minutes mindlessly. And I didn't get any better at life at all. Nothing about that made me better. I didn't find anybody to buy 21 Day Fix in that moment. We can be real, It's nuts, but it's a habit, a terrible habit that I've created for myself, because it started with my desire to see what my challengers were up to, and to check into my groups. It was a desire to get onto Run Your Happy Place and see who liked something in the middle of the night. Did they like me? And I'd base my self-worth, honestly, I'm being so sincere with you guys tonight, that I would truly base my self-worth sometimes off of man, I didn't get any likes last night. And then that's how I'd feel at 5 a.m. Mm-hmm. And that's how my day starts. You know what I mean? And it's not what successful people do. Successful people, including Mark Zuckerberg, I guarantee he doesn't go on Facebook first thing in the morning, even though he created Facebook. I'm sure he doesn't even get on there first thing in the morning. Successful people have a morning routine. So in terms of your plan of attack too, I really want you to think of this as a game changer category, as well as kind of underneath plan of attack, that you need a morning routine that doesn't include other people. Your morning routine should put you first, because you're setting the tone for your day and you are the CEO of whatever 24 hours you've been gifted. It's funny because, so I get up at 4 a.m. most days for Orange Theory. And I like the fact that I get out of Orange Theory at such an early hour that I basically have the rest of my day for the most part to get a lot done. But it's an early hour to get up, and it took me a while to really get adjusted to that. So I literally felt for a good month that I was just scrambling because I wasn't giving myself any time. Well, so I listened to this podcast, and it was talking about in the morning, the first thing she does is that coincidentally, I was listening to a podcast. She listens to a podcast first thing, something motivational, 15, 20, 30 minutes of it, whatever. So I like Joel Osteen. He's very inspirational speaker. He's, religious-based speaker, but the way he speaks, although it is in terms of a biblical sense, it is, it's just about being a better person most of the time and just being better at what you're doing. So I love his podcast. So what I've been doing this whole week is when I'd wake up, I would put my headphones on first thing because Charlie's still asleep. So I'd put my headphones on and I would listen to a Joel Osteen podcast. And then I'd get out of bed, go shower and do all that stuff while kind of like still letting that linger in my mind, the thoughts through that. And then the next thing she said she does is she writes out her like daily today. I said a today list the other day, Samantha, instead of like a to-do list, writing out a today list. Like today, these are the 3 top priorities I have today. This is what I want to make sure I accomplish before the end of the day. And she does that. She'll get out and like, okay, what has to happen today? If I don't get this done today, my business is going to suffer, that kind of a thing. So planning your day out. And so letting you run your morning instead of letting yourself run the morning rather than having the morning run you and other people run you from afar, it makes a dramatic difference on your business and not just on your day in general. I've had such a great week this week because I felt in control of how I started the morning. I wasn't starting the morning already working. I started the morning like feeding my soul and getting things in line, getting my mind right, so that has been a big improvement, but also planning things out after I've got my mind right and just getting that plan going. So you got to get organized. You got to plan your day out. Okay. The next game changer for me, and this is such a hard one sometimes, but it is literally the first vital behavior of being a Beachbody coach, inviting. But seriously, guys, big game changer. So when I stopped teaching in June, and I had the whole summer before I moved out of Miami over here to California, I had a whole summer of basically invitations. Now, when I say invitations, I don't necessarily mean that I actually invited them to challenge groups or I invited them to coaching. Now, yes, I did to some extent, but invitations just to simply be my friend on Facebook. And I spent those months in the summer and then even time when I got here really finding new friends on Facebook because the well had kind of run dry for me, and you all will get there to a point also where you kind of already find those people in your immediate circle that need you. And then it's hard because after that, it's just white noise after a while to all those people when you're just saying it over and over and over again. So you need to continue to add to your network. So inviting, sharing, networking, those kinds of things, always adding to your network, meaning adding people to your friend list on Facebook, adding followers on Instagram. If you have a business page, adding people on there, that has been that was a major game changer. And I'm telling you this because I'm feeling the effects of not being consistent with that. Over the holiday season, just getting so busy that kind of went to the back burner for me, was that adding to my network component. And it's so funny because it's made the well run a little dry when it comes time to find people for my challenge groups. There's not as many people jumping at the bit because I don't have as many new people in my circle. So I'm going to get back into this habit of like trying to friend request 10 new people a day. Now, well, how can you friend request people? Well, and I'm going to discuss this. I know Kayla was kind of asking me for some information on this, and we will talk more throughout this topic throughout the month. But in terms of adding friends, just like real quick, Facebook has it easy for you. There's like a bar that'll go through your feed sometimes that'll show you like, hey, you might want to be friends with these people because you have mutual friends. And so I'll scroll through that and guys, that doesn't mean that you have to add every single person there because guess what? Again, you're the boss. If there's somebody you went to high school with that you're like, well, I don't really like her, don't add her. Like it's that easy. You don't have to add anybody. You're the boss. So you pick who you want to add. But, but also I say this too, don't count anybody out. So even if there's a history like, oh, we didn't get along in high school. Well, you're not in high school anymore. Times have changed. People grow up. So maybe, you might want to reconnect. It's kind of funny. There in this new challenge group I've got going on, I have 2 people that I went to high school with that I haven't talked to, and God knows how long, honestly. And I went to high school with them. So, here we are full circle. So never count anybody out that they might come back and need you one day. So that's one way I'll do it. I will use Facebook's prompt. But another way that I will do it is I'll go to, like Charlie, for example, I will go to his page. I will go to his friends. And when you go under somebody's friends, there's categories. And you can categorize like their high school friends, categorize them by college, other things like that. And so I'll go to his friend list, and I will look for women that are about my age that know Charlie but aren't friends with me. And so it makes it an easy segue because they know Charlie. So when I'll friend request them and they accept, I can easily start up a conversation because I'll just message them. I'll say, hey, thanks so much for accepting my friend request. I see that you know my fiance, Charles. Did you guys go to high school together? Boom. That's it. I'm not going on there and saying like, hey, I sell 21-day fix for fun. You want to do it with me? I'm not going on there and like selling them anything. I'm simply like getting a relationship started with them. So, and those are really easy ones. Emily, my upline, Emily Copeland, she was telling me that she'll go to her mom's and do the same thing with her mom. But you can do this with anybody. So if you have like a close friend, like a BFF from growing up that you want to go and see what friends they have, and then you have a common ground. Okay. I also check to make sure that they're not already a coach, right? Or that they're not already doing a program with a coach, because that's not really who I'm looking for. I want to look for fresh people. So just keep that in mind. But that is one of the easiest ways to just add people into your list. Go to friends that you're already friends with on Facebook, find mutual friends that you aren't friends with already, and then that opens up a conversation. Okay, last game changer. It's like fourth quarter, right? I give you 4 of them. I'm so corny like that. I really am. Okay, so the fourth one is adding to my systems weekly. What does that mean? What has changed the game for me is that weekly, I've added things to what I do to build it. For example, I started my blog, and it was started with 1 post, very poorly, but I started it. And then maybe a week later, I added another post. And then I did a recipe and I added another post. And then by the time I decided to take my blog and make it a web page with its own URL, I already had content. So I poured that content over. And then I had a web page. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have had that web page. I couldn't have ever had that web page if I didn't start with the system of opening up a blog as another platform to speak to people on. Another system I use, Jotform. It's jotform.com. And Jotform, if you're familiar with me and my challenge groups, it's typically where people will go to sign up for my challenge group. Jotform is a free platform that you can use. Now, when I started as a Beachbody coach, I didn't have Jotform. It wasn't, I'm going to give you, by the way, I'm going to give you like 7,000 systems right now. I'm looking at the time. I have about 7 minutes. So I'm going to give you about 7,000 systems in 7 minutes. That doesn't mean you're going to go home tonight and you're going to figure out how to do every single system today, tomorrow. Notice how I said that I'm adding systems weekly. Okay. So each week, like a big goal could be like, let me get a Jotform. Let me start a blog. Let me start a fitness page on Facebook. Let me, I'm going to go through a bunch of systems right now. So let me fill in the blank. So systems, Jotform. Jotform is a great one because it makes you look like a professional. Because when you start a challenge group, you want to know some information from people. You want to know general information about where this person is headed. You want to know their goals. You don't want to just sell them something. You want to know what they really want first. What kinds of fitness do they like? Are they even going to be able to commit to your program? Things like that. If you need to go and look at my Jotform, guys, my Jotform, I created myself, but what is on there, I went to Melanie Mitro's Jotform, and she is the top coach in Beachbody for 2 years running. And I basically looked at what she put on her form, and I kind of duplicated it in my own verbiage for me. So just do that, guys. It's all about duplication. So I'm not telling you to go reinvent a wheel right now. I'm saying go to this platform. It will take you time to create it, but use what other coaches have done before you because it works. It's a very professional and organized way for you to find out information about any contacts. It also makes it look official when you're saying, oh, you want to join my group? Here, would you please fill out this form and then I'll get back to you and we can talk about your goals. It makes it look like it's not just another thing, right? It makes you look very professional. That's another system I use. Okay, so I said Jotform. We talked about a blog. My first blog was on WordPress. You can use Blogspot. But those are great platforms. And guess what? You got to start somewhere. Yeah, the first post is going to be all lonely, all by itself, and it'll probably suck because again, mine sucked. It was terrible. And even the pictures were like fuzzy and like everything it wasn't good. But I needed something because now today I have a web page and I was able to pull that content and build it from there. So a blog, you could use WordPress, you can use Blogspot, they're free platforms and they basically guide you through the whole process. So it makes it very mindless for you if you're not super tech savvy. Let's see, what are some other systems that I use and that I've shared? Challenge group documents for posts. So I don't invent my posts on a daily basis. Every challenge group has a Word document, and I've posted in Team Our Victory samples of those. And I can share any and all of them with you guys as well. But if you want, like, hey, can you show me the one you did in the summer? Or hey, can you show me the one you did last New Year's? Whatever you want. I will definitely pour that into you. But I create that system so that I'm not reinventing or inventing something to say every day. I already know what I'm going to talk about each day. And I've planned out my weeks in terms of different like categories. Like I know in week 0, we've got a goal set and we've got to talk about nutrition and cleaning out our fridge and getting ready for the program. I know in week 1, it's like super exciting. And so we're really excited. And so there's lots of energy in the group. But I also know by like week 2, end of week 2, week 3, there's less excitement. So I've got to find ways to pull people back. So in certain groups, I've also run like mini challenges, like push-up challenges and plank challenges and just fun things to make sure everybody gets back into the group and more engaged. So those are systems I've created over time. To top that off, I use Hootsuite.com, Hootsuite, Hootsuite.com. That is how I post every single day at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. without forgetting. Because guess what? If I had to post at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m., I'd forget. I wouldn't get it done. I don't have to think about it. I think about it every Sunday night. I post for the full week out. And then next Sunday night, I will sit down and I will post the next week out. And I do that every single week. And that is one of the systems that has changed my business because no longer do I have to worry today about what I'm going to say in my challenge group. I don't worry about that. I'm worrying about other more important tasks than the content of my challenge group. So that's another system that's worked for me. Let's see. Let me find another one. Oh, I have email templates. Most of them are all in Team Our Victory. For example, what do I send to somebody who's ready to order their challenge pack? What do I send? Well, I have a basic template. I copy it. I paste it into my email. I take, hi, Susie. I erase Susie and I put Becky's name in, right? So I have a system. And yeah, sometimes I'll go in and I'll change some wording just because maybe their situation is a little different than the last one. But I don't reinvent the wheel every time I go to type an email. I copy and I paste from documents. So if you haven't gone to the file section of Team Our Victory and checked out some of the systems, go there. I was also going into Team Iron as well as Team 180. Those are great resources too. The other day I was going in there to look for more systems. And so as I've been kind of finding some in there that I'm like, dang, how did I not see this? I'm trying to plug them into you guys also in Team Our Victory so they're a little more accessible there right in front of us at our homepage. But systems, guys, systems, and you have to add them. You can't sit back and say, well, one day when I have more challengers, I'll do this one. No, start it today because then you'll already have it done when that one day comes and you'll be very thankful. There's so many things I'm like, I'm so thankful I did that so long ago. Like there's posts that I did this summer that I'm like, I am so thankful because when someone has a question, I'm like, oh, I have the answer for that. Here's the link to my article that I wrote, and it's awesome because I've created that just because that's what you should do. So creating those systems. So guys, those are the game changers. Those are things that have really helped my business. Getting consistent over time to have an impact in a positive way. Planning my attack every day and making sure that I start my day by running it and not allowing it to run me first thing in the morning. Inviting people and creating a network of people that want to follow me. And then adding to my systems. Those are the things, hi kitty. Those are the things that have like totally changed my business and I believe would change yours too if you got serious about them. So that's it. I feel like we're going to cut out at any moment because I see less than a minute. So I'm just going to tell you guys that I love you. Have a great Thursday night. And if you have any questions on this, you know where to find me. All right, guys, I will see you later. Have a good night.